Good evening. Good afternoon. Still getting a little set up here. But make sure my arms are moving right. Chat's working and all that. Yeah, it's all good. All right, cool. Let me show you my new setup. Finally got a magnifying glass in front of everything. Hopefully, works out well. Kind of got it centered, but it's still a little light on it. Still looking all right for me. It's gonna be weird for me getting used to painting through the magnifying glass. That's new to me. It's got a cat hair on the cat fuzz. Always with the cat fuzz. Anyways, that I finally fixed my setup from yesterday, where I couldn't get any of my HDMI sources working. But I think it's finally fixed. Where's my scalpel? I lost my scalpel. I dropped the base. Found the base. Let's get a little the flash off the edges. It's Aragorn after all. I want the base to look nice. Speaking of, I've never painted Aragorn before. I don't think this is one of my original models. I'm pretty sure I actually lost my original Aragorn. But I managed to find someone selling a partial fellowship of the original metal models. They were selling for cheap because they were missing guys. I was like, oh, cool. Those are some of the guys I lost. So, got a new Aragorn. Let me figure out where that's centered. So if I put him kind of close for me, it looks like it centers it for you. But yeah, I couldn't decide who I was going to paint tonight. So I asked Dr. Wife, and she said Aragorn. You were a big help, hon.
I just know my stuff.
Yeah, she's a regular Tolkien scholar.
Yeah, I'm asking anything.
Ask you anything.
Waffle looked at me like, I can't believe you just said
that. Who becomes Aragorn's wife?
Waffles?
Yeah, Waffles.
Ask the audience.
Alright, let's pick out a couple colors. I'm gonna do his jacket dark green, but I don't know how dark I want to go with it. It's got a couple other greens on him too. His jacket actually has a patch on it. It's really kind of hard to see on the small model. Vulcan green might be okay. So maybe we'll start with... It's awfully dark. The camera's picking up awfully dark. God, that almost looks like blue to the camera. That's green. That is absolutely green. That is so weird. Anyways, probably Nocturne green. Vulcan green is the main highlight. A little bit of Lauren Forest, maybe. Check that. That looks like a good... Oh, I'm in the way. It's like a okay combo. His main tunic, I'm gonna do a dark brown. I've got another model pulled up to look at. I'm gonna use a little bit, maybe a little bit of the Cabalite. No, I'll just stick with the Nocturne and I just won't use the middle layer. I put a little tiny bit of the Cabalite green on that patch on his arm. Excuse me. Got his tunic, belt, and boots. So we'll start with pretty standard Rhinox hide, Catachan flesh. I don't know if I need any Gorthor. I will use some more thing. And I'll use a wash on the rest of it. Yeah, we'll use a little Gorthor on his, the scabbard, but for bows. Whatever the bow scabbard is called. I forget. Quiver. I got the brown out, so I got his hair. His face. Kislev and Fladelin. Oops. Punch the camera. Smack the camera. It's fine. I'm gonna use a little bit of the non-oil on his face just to give him like 5 o'clock shadow. But he's also got like a bedroll on his back. I'm gonna do a little bit of blue. I don't want a vibrant blue, so let's go with. I got one here. What's this? Cantor and Thunderhawk. Yeah, Cantor and Thunderhawk. There's bedroll. It's got a sword, but it's not Anduil. I just need blacks and grays, I think, for the rest of them. Yes, honey, would you care to share with the class what is so funny?
Checking my old school email, and
Baneblade brown straps.
there are so many junk emails that are like, "Dear Doctor, blah blah blah. You know, we invite you to submit to this journal, that journal, attend this conference and stuff that I never heard of." I just thought about how I look freaking on doctor. Like, maybe I need to be called Dr. Mom in front of the boys, you know, to remember.
Dr. Girlfriend.
I mean, just think so much pain and suffering for all of us. That's not waffle. That's muffin.
Muffin, buddy. Did you come in here just to shit?
Oh, most certainly.
Honey, would you mind?
Oh, I gotta wait until. Oh, that is kind of.
Let's do Eshin and Dawnstone. And I don't know if I'm going to do any grace here. Please Administratum. Not quite as bright.
He ran. He's telling me he ran. Oh, that is so big.
Lovely. That is just lovely. Every goddamn stream. Oh, the camera's on. Time for the cats to shit.
There's only one
Thanks, boys.
front.
Goopy. Alright.
If they want, I can put it on camera.
Please don't. Please don't.
It'll attract a different type of audience.
No. Alright. So let's go over the colors again. So I'm going to use Rhinox hide with a little Catachan flesh for his coat. And then a little bit of the Gorthor, Mournfang, and Baneblade brown for just the other straps, the bow, the quiver. Need a little silver. So let me just grab. Oh my god! Oof. Fuck.
His have been a lot steepier because of the rotisserie chicken.
God. Yeah, I love you, but holy fuck, dude. Anyways, I've got the Stormhost and Leadbelter, or Ironbreaker, and Stormhost. And this is going to be one I have to pick the material out of real quick. Grays, I've got Eshin, which I'm going to coat with Null Oil, Dawnstone, and Administratum. I'm going to use that like on... He's got one of the rolls across his chest. Cantor Blue with a dry brush of Thunderhawk for his bedroll. Huh? Oh. Kislev inflated one for his face. And then Nocturne, Vulcan, and Lauren Forest for his jacket, with a little bit of Cabalite for the patch on his arm. But first, before it gets too gunked up and I don't close it properly, let me pick out this hunk of crap from my Ironbreaker paint. So this tool is just like a pick from a Cricut that I got Dr. Wife, but she didn't need this particular tool, so I got it, and it works pretty good for a lot of stuff. This little hook with a little extra bend in it works pretty good for fishing this crap out of the lids. God damn. That's a big chunk. But hey, my paint closes now, so I don't have to worry about it drying out. Alright. So let's get started. And we'll begin with I guess his pants. Yeah, it's probably going to be the hardest spot to get some of my smaller brushes out, because his pants don't cover a lot. I need somewhere to put I'll stick him on the microphone. I got the hiccups. Alright. Oops. Do I have... The magnifying glass is kind of bending the light over here onto the hey, let me just move myself over here. It's bending over here and kind of throwing off my color perception. I don't think any of that's Eshin. That might be Eshin in the corner. I don't know. Man, I don't need much, so right, I gotta mix it. Duh. Alright, we're only like 20 minutes in before I actually start, but that's okay. Hobbies are a lot of prep work. I'm just glad I turned the microphone on this time. This is getting a little thick, though. I will get garbage brush to just scoop a little on there. I can hear my wife and my mother-in-law. Oh, no, I think they're talking to the cat. Someone fed him a bunch of rotisserie chicken and now they're shitting on everything. Alright, let's see if I can paint with a magnifying glass in my face. Alright, let me put this off so it's better. There we go. References pulled up. That kind of works okay. Yeah, that's a little weird for me. Is it well lit? It looks like it's well lit for y'all. I've adopted y'all. I'm a Yankee, but I will absolutely use y'all because it's a good word. That looks like it got a little thin. Looks like it's separating a bit. Not a lot of his pants really show, I guess. Just his knees.
Cute. Oh, it smells nice in here. Someone pooped lavender vanilla?
Yes.
Okay.
That was me.
Ooh. New medical condition.
It was an old Mad TV skit. I can't remember the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
He's the same guy who gets run over by the steamroller in Austin Powers.
Hmm.
What was the Chiller channel? You know when they show like that, like just network ad like for the whole station,
Mm-hmm.
and there'd be the one guy who'd be like, "Gotcha."
Yeah.
Him.
Oh.
I cannot for the life of me remember his name. He was on Mad TV. Anyways, he does the skit where like the family starts noticing like a nice smell,
Uh-huh.
and he's like trying to, oh yeah, it must be, perfume or something. He's trying to distract them until they finally realize it's coming from him, and it reveals that he's got a medical condition, but he's able to control the smell of his farts. So they keep trying to get him to be like, well, can you do like cookies? Oh yeah, okay. And he like farts right in their faces. They're like, wow, it really smells like cookies. And I think it ends with them like begging him to like, well, what if you did want to do a bad one? He goes, oh no, you don't want that. He goes, oh no, come on, give us a real bad one. I'm curious.
Yeah.
And he like kills the family with his fart.
Oh god. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, that's the base coat for the pants. That was quick. It's just a little bit by his knees. So, hi cat. Hi pancakes. Yeah, you saw the camera come on, and that means you're going to be needy, aren't you? I love you. Do you want me to scoop you up and shove your face under the microscope? Microscope. Magnifying glass. Yeah? You want me to kick your ass? Do you want me to beat you with a shovel? I love you, buddy.
Is it one of those tiny shovels that people use to like scoop up gemstones and stuff?
It was actually going to be his poop scoop shovel. I was just going to beat him with that, and I was going to punish him for his brother's poops. Alright, let's do the brine oxide. We love you, buddy, with your shithead. Grab a slightly larger brush for that. I'm going to grab an even slightly more larger brush for that. This will be fine. And this will do his yeah, I'll do his boots and tunic with this. I think this paint might almost done. Didn't mix well. Isn't much left in the pot. Look at my eyebrows. I heard that. Inappropriate, honey. Inappropriate.
I didn't say anything.
That could be picked up by the microphone anyways. That could be picked up by the microphone anyways.
Could it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do the big areas with this brush just to clear it off. Sometimes if I'm not talking loudly, my voice gets just a little bit gravelly. And I'll just be like, okay, yeah, we're just going to do this. I really have to like be more careful with just not letting my voice do that. Trying to keep things like nice and clear. Alright, let's get this other brush. Alright, so jacket. That does show up kind of okay. It'd be nice if I could like zoom in on this, but it is what it is. I always forget that I've finished my Army of the Dead. I want to get some of the clear ones they made, but I don't have them yet. but or they're not even like available in the store. I missed like the pre-order. The magnifying glass is still a little hard for me to use. It feels like it's almost like I can't actually get depth perception on the tip. I think after Aragorn, maybe I'll do Legolas and Gimli. That's another pair that I've never painted before. I was always afraid of messing up my heroes like too much and having them look like garbage, and then taking them to the store and seeing somebody's like near professionally painted ones and seeing mine as an 11-year-old like look what I did. As we've seen, I've only just gotten the hang of doing eyes, so when I do get the eyes look so good. It was kind of like, I mean, you're going to be jealous of like people who are just like better at it than you. But I'd like look on like the Middle Earth Miniatures subreddit, like sort by top, and the top one, I don't know if it still is the top, but it's at least like second now. Somebody had painted Theoden, and they did like the irises and pupils, and I was like, nope, I'm not that good. Holy shit. Nope. That is above my skill level. Does everyone have no ass? Aragorn, your sculptor didn't give you an ass. It's just this crack in the middle. Viggo Mortensen, I'm sorry. I've seen your ass. I watched that Psycho remake. The Vince Vaughn one. Hon, are you doing work? I just realized I didn't hear Minecraft. Ah. Base coat his little belt a little bit too, just to get it on there. A little bit behind the knees. Oh, the shadow from this little light too is also kind of in the way as I paint. Alright, so he's also got his belt, which I've kind of got splattered on there, but I'm going to do that the other color. But I'm going to get around it with the brown, just because I don't want any like unpainted bits showing through. So at the very least it comes off as just being a brown shadow or something in there. Smush the paint in there. Alright. Boots. I see with the Rhinox side is that because it's nice and dark, like you don't really need to go over coats multiple times. That did I? No, it's just weird. Okay, so just the shadows and angle. I thought I had painted his knee and then immediately smeared brown over it as I did the coat. But let me get a little bit more brown on here. Just a wee bit. It's brown. Flush it down. I'm mature. I'm an adult. I pay taxes. I say, drinking my bright blue rainbowy drink. It's like a gummy bear. Ugh. Oops. What's oops, hun? Hun. Hun.
Take the wrong number.
Oops, accidentally gave us another $1 million back on our taxes. Oopsie.
Oh, that would be great.
Call the IRS and like, oh, our bad. Yeah, you can just keep it. We're sorry. Keep bonking everything with my head. Back of the boot. Inside of the boot. This is a different boot. Alright, so I can get in close for this. So pull him out of focus. Right at the very top edge of his boot. Without getting his knees. I suppose the wash will probably fill that in, but it's thicker on this boot than it was on the other one. Paint's also gotten a little thicker. Ugh. Alright. Another one of you has come to poop? Jesus Christ. Boys.
Because he did 3 cans. Oh, I want to see what amount. I gave him another can downstairs. He was hungry.
He's always hungry. He's a fat baby. They're all fat babies.
No, I think it was just the people. Unless he actually buried it. I just want to eat
Well, he
it.
doesn't bury it. He's a
Muffin
shit boy.
didn't bury it. Are you sure it's Waffles?
Yeah, Wobbles doesn't bury it either.
So you know what? They're all bad.
All shitheads.
Hey, Peanut.
Shitty gremlins. Love you, shitty gremlins.
Literally, yeah.
Shit gremlins.
Little poopy monsters.
Garbage animals. I love them. Deep spot in here. I can see the silver shining through. The pewter. Alright, let's get his bow and his quiver. Let's get back to the base. I don't think I'd have room enough for the stand. I guess his hair too. Bloop bloop. Got the bow, and let's get the quiver. Be shitty with my paint job. You know what? I should use a little gray on the top part of the quiver. That's okay. It's still out in the open. The paint, I mean. Plap, 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 plap. They work the brush in there. What is that? Is that a strap? What is that? I don't know what that is. It might be his cloak tied around his front. I think that's what that is in the model. He's got this sash looking thing, but it's kind of like a thick billowy fabric. So I think it might be his cloak bundled up. Do something on his hair. I think when I go to paint Boromir, I have the Amon Hen dead Boromir, dying Boromir model. I'll do both at the same time. Hey kitty cat. What's up? What's up, buddy? Hi. Love you. What's the matter? Your brothers came in here to shit? Yeah. I don't like it when they do that either. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, yeah, you're all gremlins. All shitty gremlins. I love you all. Shitty gremlins, all of you. Alright. I think that's all the brown. Pretty sure his scabbard is black and silver, so. So that should cover the brown. Need a little bit more. Oops. What's that? Yep. Brush is loose. Get a little bit. Oops, it came out. Cat fuzz. Get a little bit of the gray onto this part of bow. It's like, I think it's like a rain cover for the quiver. Keeps shit from falling inside, dulling your arrows. Everything all soggy. Nobody likes soggy arrows. So that's the gray. Alright, so we have the gray and brown. Let's do his face first. Just because... Oh, he's also got half gloves on. There's some gray on his half gloves. So half glove on one hand. The ring of battle here on the other hand. Yeah, buddy, we hear ya. Hear you being baby. You're being a whiny baby. We love you, though. He's such a dork. He's such a little dork. Hey, buddy. What's up? Heard you was a shitbag. Is this true? Not our pancakes. Not our little pancakes. He's not a shitbag. This is paint. You can't eat my paint. I love you. Little dork. Where's my peanuts? I need snacks. I need snacks constantly or I will die.
How do we spend not this past month, but the previous month? That's so much. Oh, waffles is bad.
We had savings, but we also have cat. Hello, I'm an old kitty. I need constant medical attention because I'm an old man. Your old babe peanuts are good. Alright. Here's my goo. Here's my goo. Now that I've got the base coat on his boots, let me... Well, that's way too much. A little bit of this goo. I just need to like keep the base of it easier. That ought to hold him in a little better. Alright. Face. Stick the paint all in his eye sockets. Probably should have done the face before I did the hair, but oh well. Spread it around. It's a nice thin coat first. Unfortunately, his collar comes up pretty high, so I don't really have to worry about his neck that much. That's nice. Alright, his fingers on his half glove. He does have the Ring of Bear here on him. Okay. Hard to tell. Sometimes the details are so small. It's really hard to detect until you hit him with something lighter in color. Dampen up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Wasn't 100% sure if I was going to end up streaming tonight because it was getting a little windy and rainy here, and that, like I've said before, it knocks our power out. Looks like it's calmed down outside finally. Just cursed myself. I thought, gosh, I haven't dropped my model yet. He's going to drop it pretty soon. Just saying it out loud, now cancel it. No curse for me. Now that I've said that, does that double up on the curse from before? We'll find out. It's actually a really good sculpt. A little bit more on his hand. It's not clear isn't as rich as I'd like it to be. There's his little thumb there. Palm here, it's still pretty grayish. Alright, alright. I'll do his hair at the end, I think, because I don't have to paint it over part of his face. I don't have to do, like... I don't want to base coat both and then paint over one and try to fix it and paint over the other back and forth. Okay, you can see this, the Nocturne green separates on the pad. See the kind of green with a blue splotch in the middle. That might be the lotr. The key thing is the green separates, so I don't want to reuse the green off the pad. Yeah, is that? Yeah, jacket time. Water into everything. Just keep things moist. Moist. Time to jacket. Careful, hon. He's a humpy boy. Pancakes is a humper. Oop, cat fuzz.
Jesus, where did that come from?
I don't know why he's a humper. It just is. It's like, buddy, you're a cat. You're not supposed to do that.
It's just so weird.
I dropped it. There it is. You want to steal my Starbucks drinks that you bought and paid for?
I mean, technically, we both did.
Okay, I have to pull it out from the light because of the shadow. Actually, what if I just... What if I just did that? I'm not sticking my face too far, am I? That's almost harder. Ugh. Green is so dark. Pancakes, buddy, you got gotted. Forgot about the cloak strapped to his chest. I'll have to go over that with the gray. Pull it out of here. A little bit of the goo stuck to him. Oh, ooh, hello, depth perception. Oh boy. Ugh. Carefully remove the cat fuzz. I don't bother doing like highlights on anything underneath. It's like it's dark, it's shadowed, nobody's gonna see it. That's right, buddy. Whining will always get you treats. Honey, he is smacking the treat container. Do you have any idea what he could mean by this? No idea? Okay.
No idea.
Oh, Pancakes, if only you were clever enough to communicate your wants to us. If only we could figure out what it was you desired. All little creases and cracks. Who else was in that Psycho remake? William H. Macy was in it. Vince Vaughn was Norman Bates. That's all I remember. I've never actually seen Psycho, but well, aside from that version, I don't think I finished it. Or was I on in the background? Or I was like halfway through watching it and family needed me to do something for him. Excuse me. Hiccups. We should use a larger brush for a lot of this. Could have gone over the main body of the cloak first with a larger brush and then done the edges with the smaller one. Dark color is always so hard to tell where you've gotten because to like shadow or if it's still wet, it just looks white from the shine from the light. Is that a bit of the pewter poking through? Nope, it's just wet. It's just a thin recess where it hasn't, a little bit of it's pooled and hasn't dried yet. Sat on my leg and my leg's falling asleep. Let's do inside of his cloak. First jacket. Ow. A splinter from my desk just lodged itself in my elbow. Covers most of his lower jacket. Let's get the edges. Alright, sleeves. Computer poking out there. Fill that in. Back to the sleeves. There's cloaking. There's that cloak in there. It's hard to get. Right. So very carefully into this little back recess. Well, I won't be that careful. I haven't done the bedroll yet. Keep touching the camera with the tip of my head. Hey, buddy. I see you sneaking into the room. How you doing, kitty cat? What you doing, pancakes? Get the goose stick into his boot. Just brush off real quick. That goo is really in there. Got it. Sort of. Got some of it out. Alright. Yeah, there's a few little blobs that were looks like it pulled the paint off. That's okay. It was just the bottom of his boot. It'll be fine. He's sitting in the base okay-ish. If I put it just in the middle. It holds okay-ish enough. Almost. Alright, let's do his other sleeve. there to tell what part of this folded thing on his chest is his jacket or the folded thing? I don't think I'm going to base him tonight because I want to paint up like the original Metal Fellowship, and then I'll just base them all together with like just the generic grasslandy, fieldy kind of base. So I want them all to match. Because I've got some of the others. I got like the Breaking of the Fellowship one, and the newer Fellowship, as well as the Balanced Tune. Actually, I think the newer one is the Balanced Tune one. And so I'll give them all nice dwarven ruiny bases for that one. I think doing the bases is really what I like the most. Because the bases give a model like such personality. Just additional nice detail. All my Angmar's got those snowy bases that look really nice. Well, not all my Angmar. The Spectres, I gave them the swampy bases. The Witch King right now is the generic one, because I've just got the generic model finished. So I want to get there's the brand new plastic one. It's really nice, but I want to get the older Angmar model and use that with the snowy base, along with like, what is it, the Tainted and with the Dwemer Lake. See a bit of wrist of his that I missed, but I'm going to ignore it. Because it was a really weird angle and it's going to be really hard to get in there anyways. Plus, if he's wearing gloves, I don't know if he's wearing sleeves underneath, so whatever. Whatever. I think that covers the green that I can see. Ah, okay, that is a strap. Okay. Look at the reference model I got pulled up. They painted that gray. I think they thought it was part of the roll across his chest. Me too, hon. I'm not a mathematician either.
One of us has to be.
Shit. I got a D in calculus, so.
Did you really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, just not interested.
Yeah, no, I couldn't figure out puzzles.
Wait, your Sudokus? You couldn't figure out your Sudokus in class?
My problem is I was doing Sudokus in class.
I mean, what we know now is that if we're not interested, we are not interested. Doesn't mean we're not smart. We're just not interested. Funny though, I thoroughly enjoyed calculus, so I got a good grade, but like, you know, it's the classes and the stuff that you're interested in. And you don't even like classes at all, in which case, can you imagine how difficult that is?
I fucking hate math. Like, chemistry, basic chemistry only needed, basic math. Like, what I think I needed was, like, someone to like, sit me down and explain what the equation was going to do, and then teach me the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Like in PChem, I probably shouldn't name direct names on while I'm streaming, but you know our PChem teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Super Nice.
Okay. What? No, that's not making fun of his speech patterns. That's just a Mr. Mackey impression. Anyways, he went like 3 days doing this one equation.
Yeah.
And then at the end it was like, and it does this. It's like, oh, I can follow it now, but fuck, I need to start over because shit, I don't.
That's no way to learn, though. I mean, to teach, though, for your students, because the first thing you should start out with is we're trying to find the area of this swimming pool. And, like, draw a picture, you know, draw what the sides are going to be, X's, Y's, whatever you want to call them. Like, the context is everything. I think that's what makes my job right now so difficult, is I don't have the context. And anytime that I ask my boss for the context, he says, don't worry about it. You don't need to know it. And I'm like, no, I do. And he's like, well, your job is more technical than that. And I'm like, no, I need to know the context. Because if I can't form the bigger picture, then why am I doing this? You know, like, it makes me feel like our PChem professor. Like, just do it for the sake of doing it. Why not? Because you can. You want to show off that you can do this 30-term equation. Solve it for X or whatever.
I got a 94 in one of his exams, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I did.
Yeah.
I was so certain I was going to fail this because I had no clue what I did.
Yeah.
I still don't know what I've done. I learned nothing in this class. This was luck. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to fail the exam. Oh, no.
That is just not fun. That's how I felt in OChem, because I think I got like a 50-something% on my first test, and I cried in the bathroom. And then, because I've never gotten below, like, you know, upper 80s. And then I got the second test. I don't think I cried. I think I was just confused how I got that high of a score. It was still in the 50s, but I was like, I swear I didn't do anything right. And then I went to go see the professor, and he said, well, if you get an A or 100 on the final, something like that, then I will give you whatever it was, like a B in the class or something. And I was like, I think I went back to the bathroom and cried. I was like, I'm screwed. So I don't know what happened to that curve, but I think I got a B plus or something in the class.
So for context, listeners, this guy's class was so hard, a 38 was passing.
Oh, maybe that's what I got. 50s, 30s? No, 30s was dynamics. So when I took atmospheric dynamics in grad school, my test grade was in the 30s, and I ended up getting a C in the class. That's how like curved it was. Can you imagine? I don't even know what the average was, what the median was, or the highest was, but that was rough.
Alright, let's do his bedroll real quick.
I wrote my name correctly. 10 points.
That's it, you passed. Oh.
Woo! I know my name.
You made it into the class. That's good enough.
Yay! Oh my god.
Dr. Wife and I are both chemists. I went for biopolymer. I should not have double majored. It kicked the shit out of me. Hers is atmospheric science and chemistry. So our chemistries are absolutely, completely dissimilar. There's like no overlap in our chemistry.
Yeah, I don't really think there is. Except when your reactions start releasing atmospheric pollutants.
But that's true. I do release a lot of NO2 and SO2.
Yeah.
That's where we overlap, poisoning the air. You track how cars do it, and I just do it.
Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out who else is adding these pollutants into the air besides cars. Why am I seeing this spike here?
It's me. It was me the whole time. Open a window, here comes a big old cloud of NOx. Oh, hold on. In-laws are calling. Alright, they summoned Dr. Wife. They're bumbling idiots. They're bumbling idiots and they have no clue what the fuck they're doing half the time. YouTube Studio, you want to pick up my face? Oh, okay, hold on. I gotta... What happened? Shit. Okay, my 3D printer fucked up. 1 second. I will be right back. Fuck. Alright, well that 3D print fucked up. So much for printing some orc houses tonight. Oh well. Not exactly sure what happened, but that is a job for later. Alright, let's get back to Aragorn. They called Dr. Wife instead of me. It's so weird. Probably because I'm not super friendly with them. I can only tolerate so much time with them at a time. Don't get me wrong, they're very nice and generous and they're just weird. They don't function like normal humans. I don't think my father-in-law has a concept of what fun is. Dr. Wife's cousin from Germany came and visited. He's like, oh, great, you're here on vacation with us. Come, let's go do yard work for people. He was like, motherfucker, this guy didn't just fly all the way over from fucking Europe just to go mow lawns with you all day. Like, there is no break and relaxation for them. We went to Schloss Neuschwanstein a few years ago. And it was just like, as you approach the castle, like there's like the kind of like a little valley, little vale leading up to it, full of just generic tourist trap kind of stores. So like, oh, holy shit, you're in Germany. Come buy the little German knickknacks. Like, they're stopping at every fucking stall. It's like, I'm sorry, you live here. This is your home country. I get, like, maybe you want to be like, oh, this reminds me of home. Like, castle. Giant freaking castle. Right there. Let's go look at it. I want to see the castle. And we finally get up there. I like the outside, like the front gate. My father-in-law's just like, well, there it is. Let's hop back in the truck. It's like, no. So I ran in and registered for a tour, and we left him sitting out like, we left him sitting for like 2.5 hours, just sitting on the bench outside the castle, just like, oh, I guess they wanted to look inside the castle. It's like, motherfucker, that's what normal people do. First trip we took there was this pair of Twin Cities, Bing and St. Gore. He kept talking all about how cool the castles were, and we get there and we go to like a fucking German CVS. And it's like, well, oh, the castles are closed. Oh, well. It's like, motherfucker. You just turned an hour ride on the Autobahn into a 3-hour drive going north, then west, then south, then east, then south, then west, then north, then west, then south, then a little bit more east. It's like, if you just hop on the Autobahn, it'll take you right there. Silver. A little bit of Ironbreaker. It's just like, motherfucker. This is not how normal people vacation. Let me let the blue dry a little bit. I gotta hook more out of the that blue cap. Yeah, I'll have to figure out why the print messed up. It looks like part of the the base slipped up. It wasn't on there long. It was only on there like an hour. Maybe part of like the base layer detached, and then didn't adhere to the base plate properly. It kind of flipped up and jammed up the rest of it. So pull this blue out of the cap. Since this has been in the cap for a while, it's kind of crispy. Right. Good chunks of it. Hi, hon.
Double trouble, honey. Oh. Here I come. Honey, we're here.
Oh no. 2 boys. Hi, Goober. Hi, Panny.
This is 30 pounds of cat.
They're fucking fat, that's why.
Oh, they're the same size.
Isn't that tragic? Want me to really break your heart?
No.
Okay. Pancakes is 10.
Oh, I think about that all the time. That's why I give him those joint supplements and stuff. Because, you know.
He's our little middle-aged boy. This is really like.
Really? I'm like third life age?
Oh, look at that new.
Yeah.
This is really like stuck in the cap, and it's not. It is not coming out like nicely like that silver chunk did or whatever I scraped out earlier. It's like breaking off like just a little few millimeters at a time. I think I got all that under cap there. Sealing a bit better. Not great. There's some chunks, I think, but
Making you really wavy. Oh, by the way, I just saw I have Sam Adams pumpkin ale over here.
ooh, this cap
I
is
got
all.
you a new line too. Mojito.
Ooh, I like limes. This cap is really fucked up. There's little hard blobs in there. God damn. Alright, that'll do. Looks all grimy. Where was I? Alright, silvers. Let's do silver. Got bits from the cap all over me. Alright. Iron breaker. I don't do non-metal metallics. It's too much effort. Tip of the scabbard. Oops, I got a little bit on the jacket, but that's why I can fix it. I've seen some people paint like a non-metal metallic chrome finish on their Space Marines. Just like, holy shit. God damn. That is a talent I do not have. So I shouldn't call it talent, a skill. A skill I do not have. That's okay. I'm sure it takes them like forever to do. I don't have that kind of time. I have to put a little black on the scabbard. By the part by the jacket. I didn't pull the black out, so let me grab. Chaos black. Abaddon. That's what it is. Chaos is the spray. We changed the names of the colors again. Little blue bits everywhere. You always hear the metallic shing in movies as they draw swords. Scabbards are actually usually wood. You don't want the you don't want two metals scraping up against each other every time you draw your sword. It would dull the blade too quick. Trouble the black on black because I can't up fucking see. Alright, there's a little bit of scabbard sticking out in the front from under his jacket, so I'm getting that real quick. I'll get the other silvers and stuff. The trim silver at the end. But let's get that little bit of jacket back on. I have to retouch. Womp womp. How'd that happen?
I know, I'm trying to figure that out. How did it happen? I don't even know.
Scabbard here. Who the fuck keeps touching her bathroom? That should cover all of the base coats, I think. Is there anything I want to hit with a wash? Hands, hair. Tunic would probably be. I fucking hate that whistling. My father-in-law's just walking around whistling. It bugs the shit out of me. He does it at like 2 in the morning when he wakes up. Anyways, do a wash on the jacket, or on the tunic. And his face and hands. His boots. Agrax. Null oil. And what did I use last time? Sepia? I'll use the flesh shade. Shake all these 3 up. Wash brush. What to start with? Oh, I see my light is flickering a little bit. See, it didn't come with the best battery life. This is my first time using it. It only lasted an hour and a half. Alright, we'll start with null oil because I think that's going to be a lot of it. to get his chest thing. Cloak, bedroll? No, bedroll's on the back. It's cloak roll. His knees. His boots. Boots. Do his hair last, so I'm not going to do his hair yet. Boots. This other boot. How bad did we do it saving up this month, hon? Oh. Do we need the cats to open an OnlyFans? Apparently your toe beans aren't going to show themselves off. He's got no problem showing us his butthole first thing in the morning.
Absolutely no problem.
So if we can do it for strangers for money, then hey, he can start paying for all the food he eats. And that's all the null oil I'm going to need. I guess I could do a little on the blade. I'll do that with the gloss. Yeah. Oops, finish my drink. Nice. Alright, Agrax. Do this on his jacket. Told myself I was going to do a different color on this, and I immediately forgot and did this color. Oops. Oops. Whatever. It's all good. Bit of the tunic that shows in the butt. Oh, he fell. He dislodged. I don't know if I need any more Agrax. Yeah, just the tunic, I think. A little more here in the front, though. Cover the creases a little better. gloss real quick for the sword. Just enough to cover the sword vein thing. I don't know what it's called. I forgot. I used to know all this. I don't remember what the groove in this. Blood vein, blood groove, blood thing. The blood trough? That sounds like too much blood. I'll help gloss up the blade a bit, and I'll cover it up with the, when I do the edges with the strong silver after. Let's get a little of the flesh shade on his hands and face. A little heavy on his face and the eye sockets, but it's like no definition on the bottom of his hand. It's on the top of his hand. Just a flat surface. No defined fingers or anything. There's his fingers. Alright. A bit more here with his head. Alright. Another minute to dry with the washes. So the 3D print, like, as it peeled up, it also knocked off like the Teflon or the silicone guard around the hot nozzle. And it also like peeled half the print backwards. I want to have to reset it and keep an eye on it. I mean, I guess I could just like, I crammed 3 files onto one plate. I could just do them one at a time. I'm not in a rush with them. I just kind of figured like, if you're going to sit there for 16 hours, I might as well get 3 models out of it. But I guess if it fucks up, that ruins 3 models instead of just 1. Peanuts are so good. Alright. So that's all the base coats. Look at that little bit of patch on his arm. He's got one hobo arm and one just like ranger arm. Just this one little tiny bit of his sleeve. Teensy brush. There it is. Oh man, that went on way thicker than I thought. A little sewn patch on a sleeve on there. There you go. That dried up pretty quick. Oops. Alright, I guess I do have to glob him in. Well, I can probably glue him at this point. So let me clean up that goo. I'll glue him in now. Because I think it's just like, yeah, I can get pretty much everything from whatever angle he's at now. Where's the... Oh, I dropped my goo. Shit. Whoops. Alright, I found it. I haven't. Ooh, that glue sounds crispy. Let's get a little bit. Or a lot of bit. Why not? Okay. At least I know he'll be securely glued in the model. Don't want it to lean too far forward. Now you can see it. Alright. Should be done in just a second. I guess I probably want to start with his... I guess with his boots first. Get some of the other browns in here. So we got... Catachan Flesh for the next color. I need your water. You do your water. White some water bottle real quick. That's the stuff. Smack the camera while I'm at it. Good measure. It's so hard to really get this like right. It's either like maybe I should have put it on the other side. I probably should have dropped it on the spongy side. It's like the whole pad is either like just too dry and then I'll add like the tiniest bit of water and everything becomes too diluted. But we're doing highlights now, so that's fine. Alright, let's add a little Catachan Flesh. Actually, let me look how his boots look with the wash. They look okay with the wash. I'll do... They always do medieval boots as these weird strappy things. Nobody had invented laces yet. They're just like, yeah, just take these strips of leather, wind them all the way up your leg, and hope you don't step in some horse shit. Because it's going to take forever to get this off. Right, this is another one. The cap's already gunked up. All right. Good in that base. Let's set some of this on, say, the top. Oh, there's a fuzz. There's a fuzz. There we go. Let's get it on like the top. Did I dilute it too much? Probably. Yeah, certainly. Booty bits. It's too much of a booty bit right there. Whoops. Okay, I just fleshed out more of the boot with that color so it doesn't look as bad as a mistake. The light leather ties. Like, if nobody figured out, you could just be like, oh, here's a whole big piece of leather that we folded into a tube and then bent. And now you can put your foot in that. Nope, straps. Straps up to the knee. Straps around your ankle. Straps in any way that's going to make tying your boots take 3 hours. And those Urks are running in sandals. So even though it took you 2 hours to get your boots on, you're going to be able to catch up because they're not running fast in those flip-flops. Top of the boot. Side of the boot. I do not like how I've done his boots. I don't like how I've done his boots at all. I think I'm actually going to coat the boots with this and then just wash them again on the legs. Because it's just too strappy. So let me just go over the boots with this, and then once they dry, I'll give them another wash to kind of put a little more definition to them. It looks like a brown mummy, his legs. Ooh, sorry, Aragorn, Humtep. These bandages have already been used to wipe butts. I do not have it. It is in the bedroom, sitting on my dresser. All right. That ought to be fine for the boots now. Let's do the bow. Is that good? Is that how I want his jacket to be? Not quite. Excuse me. Hey, Annie, are you going to use my credit card to buy snacks, buddy? I guess if the cats need it, hon, yeah, they can have all the snacks.
Just some of the snacks.
I don't want to say all they can eat because I've seen him eat.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful with how you say that.
Yeah, the tunic is... It's hard to tell with the light. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, I guess I do want to highlight the tunic a little bit more with this brown. Because it's... diluted enough, though. It looks... I can thin the edges a bit as I go. So let me get a little bit more... the really thin stuff on the brush. So it's too defined now. This paint was not diluted enough. Oops. I just made a mistake. Okay, I can highlight the creases again with a wash. I'm gonna keep rewashing and washing and doing layer after layer on here. It's very hard for me to see because of the glare from the lights. Oh, that's worse. What I have to do, I guess. Let's do a little Gorthor. I'll use that for his backpack. The quiver and stuff. Ooh, hon, I can hear you. Something's trying to kill you, hon.
Yeah.
Didn't close properly. Oh, I do have a smaller brush. That isn't my super tiny one. Went to it. Got the baby brush. I'm gonna need it. These browns are all so horrible. Why'd you have to just paint it lighter and then just wash it all again? Yeah, goddamn. Running outside on everything was a bad idea. I guess I know better now. Hey, wouldn't you know it? This is exactly why I was afraid of painting heroes as a kid. Okay amount for the quiver, I guess. It does make the quiver at least stand out as a different color from the rest of them. Oh, now that I've looked at his tunic, it looks terrible. Alright, let's get his belts. And for that, I'll use the Mornfang. I don't know if there's even enough paint left in this pot to mix it. Certainly don't need much if we're just doing the belts. Alright, so we have the belt in front. Like no depth perception with this magnifying glass. I'll just peek my head around it. Maybe I just have no depth perception in general. Let's look at this belt. God, it's got it tied in like... Aragorn, did you not have a belt buckle? It's got it like tied and looped over itself like 30 different ways. Like, aren't you a ranger? Shouldn't you be good at knots? Well, I guess he was good at knots. Shouldn't you be efficient with your knots? No wonder your grandpa got squished by a troll. I don't even know what this thing is on his belt. It looks like a scroll. You guys are probably trying to figure out how to tie your belt 30 different ways and wrap your legs in your leather stripped boots. And then bird or step on your grandpa. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. It might be a scroll. Could be a pouch. It's probably... Oh, I think it's probably a tobacco pouch. That's probably what it is. Here's pipe. Leather strap over the shoulder behind the mystery gray roll on his chest. Get enough of that up. There we go. Throw little ties. That might really be the only strap on him. Just belt in the front. The rest of it all looks like small, thin ties. So let's get those done. And that will use the Baneblade Brown. It's dripping everywhere, my bad. Alright, on with that. Really careful with this one, because I need to do like all the little tiny little ties. Little just rawhide strings or whatever they are. So he's got whatever that pouch thing is. His tobacco pouch. Hanging on his belt here. First I was impressed with whoever sculpted this model, and now I'm just angry. Like, look at all the details we include. Yeah, we have to paint these. Alright, let me work on the ones on his back first, because those small ones are small. Alright, I gotta use the curled back side of this brush to get these, because these are gonna suck. Oh boy. They're small and thin. God damn. Like I think the paint's drying on the brush before I can actually touch it to them. Alright, this is gonna be tough. Might have to rely on the wash to kind of fill in the edges of these and define them a little bit more. So that's, I want to say okay, but it's not okay. Alright, let's do the ones around his bedroll. I actually don't know what it is. It looks like a bedroll. Never really see anybody sleep too much that I can think of. It's not true. They sleep all the time in the movie. You never see them setting up camp. There isn't like an hour of watching a Hobbit like, oh, I'll sleep right here. Oh, wait, there's a rock. Oh, I went over here. Oh, wait, there's a root. Like real life camping. Oh, this spot looks nice. Oh, wait, it gets wet in the morning. Shit. Let me turn my face tracking cam a little bit. I think I keep dipping my face really low. To the forward. I think that'll track me a little better. Shit, what did I do? That's better. Let's do these. Absolutely terrifying to paint little tiny bits. Little shirt ties. At this point, it's not even about brush control, it's just about my own hands. A little bit of belt I missed. Just stitching on his jacket. Yeah. I do like that detail on his jacket. His jacket's all sliced up and frequently repaired. Speaking of his jacket, I think it's time to do his jacket. So let's go with the Vulcan green. So tired. It's 10 o'clock. I do these a little earlier in the afternoon, but it's really kind of hard to predict how my afternoon's going to go. So like 8 o'clock's a good bet to always start these. Nothing really takes me too long. If it's a big model, it means that there's like a lot of surface area stuff that can be covered quick. It's a small hero model, it might be more detailed, but that's okay. Ooh. Crunchy. Ugh. Quick stretch, more peanuts. Pick them on like you clip a squirrel. Alright. Small brush, but not a super small brush. I don't know if I can work with this magnifying glass. Honestly. It's okay. It's just the way that it like messes with my depth of field. Like I'll pull it out just so I can like show off the model at the end, but the way it messes with my depth of field and shades my paints. Unless I got like another light like over here. That might work. Just makes it harder for me to control the brush as I go. Did it? This is okay. It's all right. Also, because I'm getting no fucking paint on my brush either. Come here. Maybe my brushes are just shitty enough now. I have to replace some of them. Maybe I do just need another light. Who knows? I'll figure this out. I'm going to highlight over the patch so that it doesn't stand out too much, but you can still tell it's like a different color fabric. All happy with how this is turning out. The front was okay. The back's kind of shitty. Let me find a new small brush. So I'll do. About the same size. It's got a nice tip to it. Sticker off. It's got a real nice tip on it. Brand new, fresh tip, straight into the garbage water. Let's check this out. Let me put this back because I kind of want to have the zoom. Zoom, magnify. Working okay for a while, honestly, but it does. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, I guess I just needed a new point for my brush. I don't really want this to be the highlight color, so I'm going to get into the everything but the darkest folds, I guess. There we go. Alright, this looks less shitty.
Good night. But the cats they are all nice sleeping yesterday today. They're all nice.
Honestly, part of me is just tempted to toss this whole model in acetone and start over. Can't get the paint consistency consistent either. I'm not a big fan of it. It's like legitimately disappointing. Spend like that amount of time on something, and it's just like, I know I could have done better. No, I could have done a lot better. Like, so much of this just seems to be like paint and the brushes, honestly. The equipment is what's holding me back this time, not my own skill. It's just like nothing is diluting like it normally does. Nothing's really absorbing any goddamn paint onto it like these brushes are. I'll see it through though. I'll see how, if there's anything I can do touch-ups at the end. That's what I'll do. I had plenty of other art pieces that I was like halfway through and was like, oh my god, this sucks. I hate it. And then I finished it and was like, oh, you know what? All this weird shit about it turned out fine. It's been an art piece for somebody. Started with like the parts that were in the shade. Just had like this weird, unpleasant green hue to everything. By the time I finished it, it actually looked like, oh yeah, that was exactly what it would, the right tones for it being in the shade. Turned out great. So hey, maybe this will too. You know what? This magnifying glass also doubles as like a good like depth for me to where to not put my face. Helps keep me from sticking my face into the camera. Fortunately, this is only the middle layer on the jacket. I'm still going to do a highlight layer. I think it'll just help pull some of the lines better. I think that's more of his bedroll ties there in his armpit. Sometimes it's hard to tell where everything is until you're halfway through painting it. That was a problem with some of the metal or the plastic molds. It's like, okay, here's part of the mold where like, yeah, the paint's really inconsistent on the back here. Where like part of the mold just has to go straight back because it needs to be able to release from that direction. And so the fuck? So the model's like, okay, his entire shoulder is just a straight back shape. And then some new shape comes out the other side. It's like, oh, that was part of his sleeve. I thought it was part of his shield. Whoops. Fuck. Most of that. Like the thickness and quality of this green on his jacket is really inconsistent. It's blotchy. It like didn't dilute consistently. Hey, Panty Baby. Hey, buddy. Hi.
It's just what I was looking for. He likes me to steal his socks and just run into another room.
That's his fetish. Not good, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I can't get my shit consistently mixed or diluted evenly. Like some strokes are like a lot of pigment and then some of it's really thin. So it's actually going on kind of blotchy. And crack my back. And it's just the brushes and the colors aren't really melding great. I might have to get like another light on this side just so I can't see a fucking thing.
You're only mildly very insane.
Just a little bit. Like the magnifying glass is like doing a good job, but it's also making all this shadow over here with a big blob of light in the middle. So it's really kind of hard for me to like really focus.
Use a flashlight.
Maybe. All the green I want for him. A little bit of green on the side of his coat that's just sticking out between his legs. Just a little bit. Bit more here on his shoulder. Maybe I should just wash from now on. Just base and wash. Buddy, you left the room. You can't cry if you leave the room. I guess it's okay. I'll see how it is when it's done. All right. Let me take a look at him. That's his tunic. Oh, I did spot that other little tie. Let me do that real quick. The stuff on the wet palette is like drying out, but not enough to really like. Maybe it is enough to fucking ruin it. Come here, fucker, get wet. We have to find ways to fake details. Yeah, I didn't add enough water to my wet palette. This is not a good stream. Let's add some of the agrax to the front of his jacket and the creases.
Oops. Some chicken throw an egg.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Cruelty like none other known. Recenter everything. Let's see what colors I'm doing. Just the browns. So let's do his face. I'm mostly done with black. I might have to go and touch up the scabbard. Look, you can't even see where we're going. So the lighter green on his jacket. I still have the highlight-ish on the bedroll. I have the gray on whatever the thing is on his chest. I have some blobs here, so I might use those blobs. And then his skin and the lighter silver. I'm just going to rewash his legs, that's right. Let me get those legs real quick. So I can actually see what I'm doing. A lot of bad angles on this sculpt. Part of his jacket on his right side with like the bow in front of it. It's like creases and folds there. It's like, oh, I can't get into here. Let me just quit my bitching. Let me quit my bitching. Almost 11. Let me get away from the jacket. Let's do bedroll. Oh, this is dry brush paint, so... Gosh. So just scoop some of it out on the brush and smear it on here till it becomes a wet paint. Guess that'll work. Alright, let's go back to the slightly crappy brush. Oops. Yeah, this looks okay. Kind of just patting it on gives it almost a fabricy, soft fabricy kind of texture. So all I needed to do is kind of take a moment to ground myself. That bedroll looks nice. Oh, if I put the camera here, I think I can actually work around the magnifying glass this way. I don't need to go super close. That's turning out okay. And the quiver looks better. All right, let's get a little bit of this gray wet and mixed up. Yeah, that's a glob of crap. Oof. Yeah, that was a real mess there. Probably gonna regret not going, but oh well. With a fresh paint, I mean, going with fresh paint. Oh well. All right, this is the brand new brush, so let's use that to do little bits that need the gray highlight. Ooh, I like this new brush. Let's do whatever this thing is on the front. Good, all good. This little bit here to get in there. All right. Oh my god, the tip's already starting to hook. No wait, it was just a tiny little dot of paint on the tip. Just gonna slowly drag it across here to highlight. So it's been just a little bit too wet. Gosh, I'm just fucking everything up today. Almost afraid to do his face. Kind of weird mutant golem Aragorn am I gonna make? I'm thinking of the ghouls from Fallout. Oh no, we still have some here. I might have to go over that. That's kind of fixing it a little bit. Does look like it's wrapped around a little bit more. Alright, I'm really liking the way the pack and the quiver came out, so I'm thinking once I go over the coat, it'll look better. This tunic's okay, it needs the buckles and stuff on it. So let's do the buckles and stuff now. Mix this up. Back. Use one of the band brushes. I'm just going to do the edge. My hole is exactly where you can't see it. Yeah, it's being warped out of view. With a new brush. And we'll get up. Actually, I'm not gonna use the new brush for this. I'm gonna keep using this old one because the hook tip lets me like get in. I'm gonna keep everyone right in center. Center is where I know I can see him on camera. Belt buckles. All right, he's got one belt buckle here. He's got the scabbard over here. And that might be all the belt buckles actually. He's got the tip of the scabbard back here. Yeah, he's got whatever that weird tie is on his belt. Yeah, all right. That's it. Just those two little belts. Little buckles. All right. Let me just fix a teensy little bit here. All right, that fixes that tie. Oh, I did need a little bit more of that gray on this glove. I don't know what gray I actually... Did I use the Eshin gray on him earlier? Yeah, okay, so that's... I'll use on the glove here. Use where this mix is right here. This mystery mix. A little flayed one flesh. I'll do his hands separate from his face. This is the one I diluted already. Tilt his hand this way, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 little fingers. Little dot right here. Let's get those. Let's get that short thumb. His knuckles. Honestly, his hand actually wasn't too bad. Oh gosh, you know what? Ugh, you know what? His hand kind of gross and pale. Ugh. I think I'm gonna hit it with another wash just to make him less ghoulish in appearance. Oh, buddy, are you crying in the hallway? What a baby. We'll use this opportunity to like paint the fingers onto his hand though. Because those did not come through the mold. And I painted one of his fingers fat. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to change it on his face too much. I really don't have a good mix for painting skin. They're either like too orange or too greenish yellow. I don't want to do his jacket just yet. Let's do these itty bitty eyes. Step 1, bump camera. Too thick. Okay, I gotta pull them out so I can get the really close view with my own face shoved in it real quick. This is hard. So got big dots for his eyes now. Why do you bubble over like this? Pancakes, buddy. Oh, cool. I mean, that means we're getting hit by a decent solar flare, but...
Yeah, Nova actually put out its first extreme geomagnetic storm warning since 2005.
This is Corvus. This is the wrong one. Oh, I already had the Abaddon blackout. Can you see he's got... You can kind of see he's got these bright glowy eyes. Try to aim for like the center of his eye. Did I say center of his eye, or did I say mash it onto his eyebrow? Yeah, they're okay. They're not totally terrible. One's a little dilated. The other one, his hair got in the way, but they're okay. This is where this comes in handy. Man, that fucking dried. Some fucking water on that. Come on. Revitalize. Be paint again. Alright. Alright, that brush was too small for that. So let's get the new brush in there. Get a little bit on there. Aragorn, stop your fussing there, buddy. Stop your fussing, Aragorn. How rude. That kind of fills his face in. Maybe some of this to actually... I'm going to use this to darken his hand back up. Oh, that didn't work at all. That's going to have to do. And it darkens his hand back up. His hair's really dark brown, but I don't want to just hit it with the Rhinox. It's too dark. So let's get him with whatever this one was. Under the edge of his brow. Pancakes, buddy. Nobody left the room except you. I think so. You're the one underestimating how long paint's supposed to stay wet on a wet palette. Yeah, he does have. That's why he looked funny. He didn't have his goatee yet. What is that? Oh, some of the wash settled in his cheek. Alright. Something Rhinox hide after all. I'm gonna try and get this on his hair without getting it like. Let me not screw this up and let me get some new fresh paint instead of just messing with a garbage blob. Because the face has actually turned out pretty good so far, so let me not ruin it. Half-assing my paint. Alright. It is hair. It was hair. It wasn't cheek. And now he needs eyebrows. Let me not fuck up the eyebrows. Oh boy, those are some thin-ass eyebrows. Okay, I really like the face. How does his hair look? I got his hair. I gotta hit his hair with a wash. I'll use a normal oil for the hair. He's a concerned Jesus. Here. A little bit more Rhinox on the underside of the piece going across his brow. Oh no, I fucked up. I put the eyebrow in the middle of his forehead. Shit. It's okay, I can fix it, I can fix it. Fixed-ish. Alright, let's finish this guy up with his jacket. And missing a paint. Oh, there he is. Last little bit will be Lauren Forest. Plenty diluted on the edges. All right. Let me make sure everything is centered so you all can see what I'm up to. All right. Just want to highlight. It's doing that thing where it's not mixed evenly again. Like, I don't think I'd care as much if I had to look over it like twice a stroke. But sometimes it's like once, sometimes it's like, oh, I should have gone half as hard with this one. It's turning out okay. Was turning out okay right until that little brush flick got into a groove. Weird little folds in this jacket of his. So from this angle, it could be highlighted. From this angle, it could be shaded. They meet in the middle. In Minecraft?
Oh, no. Gas. Oh, what the?
It's done. Shake my butt before it falls asleep. Hey, buddy. Hey, kitty, kitty. Yeah, buddy. All right. I think I am done with this. Oof. That was kind of rough. But it looks good. Yeah, I think it looks good. I'm going to put the teensy tiniest little blob of skin under his eyeball here because it's just a little too low. That's better. Yeah, it's all right. It's good. It's good. It's just not as good as it could have been, I think, if I wasn't in the getting used to new tools. Paints weren't mixing great, but all right, let's see what happens if I raise this up a little bit. Let me turn these things around. All right, can this camera finally show a decent-ish Aragorn? I have this on a really small window. Slide it over to my big window. Seems okay. I'll post pics on Twitter, Reddit, and all that. Yeah, he turned out okay. We're getting used to new tools. His pack came out nice. I think he turned out fine. Highlighting the sleeves was a bitch, but oh, I forgot the ring of bear here, but otherwise he's done. Turn this back around. I kind of liked it the other way. But, right. Stuff packed up. I am beat, so I am going to call tonight right here. Could have gone a little better, but I am learning to use a new tool, I guess. I'll work my way through the fellowship. I think this was 3.5 hours. That's not too terrible. It's not great, but busy day tomorrow. I might do a little more Paper Mario. Oh, what the hell am I leaning on? What did I drop? What spiky thing was that? Oh, it was a brush cover. Crack it. I may have cracked it. I might try to finish up chapter 4 of Paper Mario. Get a little farther in it. Not sure yet. I'm beat, so I am going to call it a night now. Whew. Anyways, yeah, working the fellowship, going to sleep, little Paper Mario. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.